Welcome back to PDL Singles Draft League Week 5 up against Marin this week, who just subbed in for Tomo, and they've got a pretty fucking threatening team, man. Gouging Fire, Petrarunch, Rotomosh, Urshifu Rapid, Gliscor, Araquanid, Frostmoth, Avalokisui, Sableye, Hattrem, and Survivor. Now, the last two I don't think come. Maybe Survivor can be annoying, and Hattrem, I guess, has Magic Bounce. But I think in general the Petrarunch is always annoying because it's Petrarunch. Urshifu Rapid obviously, Gouging Fire obviously, Gliscor, even though I have BAXCALIBUR, like everything's annoying, especially like Frostmoth with Terra. I think it's Terra, Ice, Water, Ground, and Avalokisui is Rock, Fighting, Water. So thankfully the Avalokisui doesn't really have a defensive Terra it wants to be against my team. So I think the Frostmoth is more likely to come. Sableye obviously is really annoying. It can't wisp my Bax and Ogerpon, but it can still T-Wave them and Encore them. But the good thing is his fastest mon is Urshifu Rapid, which isn't even base 100. Yes, he has Araquanid Webs, but I've got a lot of removal options anyways. So yeah. And I have good ways to take advantage of like an Araquanid Webs lead. I think obviously BAXCALIBUR is really good here. Slowking just has to come for the Gouge and the Urshifu Rapid. I think Scarf Gengar looks really good here. Nothing wants to take a Shadow Ball except like Spidef, Gliscor, and a Frostmoth if it's already set up and whatever. But like if I'm Scarf Gengar, I can just trick the Frostmoth. So yeah. Metacham, although is good into Petrarunch, Petrarunch can outspeed it and just Shadow Ball it. And Sableye, although I can go Terra Dark to be fair, Sableye is still annoying, and I think honestly, as much as Sceptile hasn't really been doing much, I'm actually thinking of trading it out. I was gonna trade it out, but then I saw this matchup and I was like, oh okay, Sceptile actually comes here because of just its speed, and like just the fact that it does, I mean it has a really good physical move pool, it's just the damage it does is disappointing. But like it can hit Urshifu Rapid, it can hit Wash Tom, it can hit Gouge and Petrarunch, even Avalokisui, so yeah. And even like Frostmoth and Araquanid with Acrobatics, so I just kept it for this week. Hearth Flame, although it's threatening, I think there's just a lot of ways that they can beat it. I mean, like if Gouge already has a DD up, then Hearth Flame doesn't matter. The only way Hearth Flame would like do something against Gouge is like, I don't know, like a fast sub-leech set or like Encore, but the thing is if Gouge is slower than me, then I can't Encore it because I click Encore and then he'll DD, so my Encore will fail. So yeah. And yeah, Urshifu Rapid can be Scarf, and Ogre doesn't like webs as well. So yeah, I've rambled a lot, let's just get into the team builder. So here is the team, starting off with BAXCALIBUR, Choppleberry, Dragon Dance, Glaive Rush, Earthquake, Ice Shard. So I was thinking of going Swords Dance, but I wanted the Choppleberry for Urshifu so I can stay in and sort of bait it a bit. And with Swords Dance Scale Shot, I still won't really guarantee get the hits that I need. And Dragon Dance +1 Glaive Rush hits everything so hard anyways. I kept Ice Shard just in case I need the priority, so yeah. And then I have Max Attack, Iron Treads, Adamant even, because I don't need to outspeed anything with Jolly. I figured their Urshifu will be Adamant anyways, and they have webs. And I can put the Clear Amulet on so that Petrarunch can't Parting Shot on me, and I can knock off its item and just keep clicking EQs and possibly 2-hit KO it. And obviously spin like webs or hazards away. And then I have Sceptile with Focus Sash, so with Treads, Rapid Spin support, Sceptile can live with a Focus Sash, and because the fastest thing they have is 3-2-2 speed Urshifu, I can just run 3-2-3 and run Adamant have Sword Stance, Leaf Blade, Earthquake. I opted to leave Acrobatics at home because I figured I have enough to hit with the team anyways, and even like Leaf Blade will still do a lot, like +2, or like do enough to sort of have like a Sui. And I had upper hand for like a Aqua Jet or Shifu, since anything can pick me off at 1 HP after my sash. And I have Terra Grass just for that extra damage. Scarf Gengar, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Clear Smoke Trick, kind of like the Scarfini set that I ran in that decks, because Shadow Ball hits the whole team hard, so does Sludge Wave. The only things that I don't hit, I can just trick, and I can Clear Smog anything that's trying to set up on me, like a Catching Fire. If I don't kill it, I can make sure that it doesn't run through my team with Dragon Dance. And then I have, and Modest, because again his team is so slow. I have Weezing with Sludge Wave to just hit things, because like Sludge Wave still does a lot to Shifu. I don't need Strange Steam, and Sludge Wave is better into Catching Fire as well, just for the poison chance. Pain Split just to heal off damage. Wisp for the Shifu and anything else I want to switch in, and then I have Haze just in case of like Dragon Dance, Catching Fire, or like a Quiver Dance, Frostmoth, or Sword Dance or Shifu. So I put some Fizdef on it, but I also put some Spidef because nothing on the team actually likes Rotom. Yes, BAXCALIBUR can switch into Rotom, but them always getting a free Volt Switch isn't ideal. So this is easy to live a Hydro Pump from defensive Rotom Wash, like 2 Hydro Pumps. So yeah, and I have the speed for... What did I have the speed for? I'm trying to think. Don't have the team on... I can't switch tabs right now. I have to look it up on my phone. They had... What was the speed for again? It was for the... it was for like a defensive Frostmoth, I think. Yeah, because like if Frostmoth isn't speed invested, then I can outspeed it. I think it was also for like Sableye and Survivor. Yeah, just to like Wisp Survivor and all that stuff. So yeah. And then finally, obviously Fizdef Slowking with Rocky Helmet. If Shifu isn't punching glove or is clicking U-turn, then I will take damage from the Rocky Helmet, or like so yeah. Catching Fire is all will take the damage from like Outrage or Flare Blitz or whatever. I have Psychic Noise just to hit the Urshifu Rapid. Psychic Noise also to stop recovery from like a Glasscore's Poison Heal. Also Weezing is neutralizing gas for the Glasscore's Poison Heal. Yeah, just for that sort of stuff. Scald just to hit Glasscore and anything else really. And then Slack Off just in case I can force them to take Helmet Chip while healing as well. And then Chill Reception just for the slow pivot. I think I really should have actually made this min speed before the game, but I didn't. But whatever. So yeah, this team, just like my Nantex team, didn't spend too much time making it. Sort of just 5 minutes because I didn't have time at all this week, but I think it's still pretty good. But yeah, let's get into the game. Game time. So obviously post commentary because I've been really busy this week, but anyways, they brought a pretty good 6 into me, pretty much what I expected. Obviously the Wash Tom, just because it really does like hit my team freely except Sceptile, but even then that doesn't want to get wisped. Urshifu Rapid Strike, Petrant obviously for my physical guys, Frostmoth for setup potential, and obviously Araquanid since the team is so slow and they do need the web support, and then Catching Fire, possibly to break for Urshifu or to sweep up after Urshifu breaks. But yeah, so I figured the best lead into Araquanid is probably BAXCALIBUR because I can get a DD off in front of it. If it clicks lunge, then that isn't gonna do much, and I can just glaive rush it, because like, okay, if I DD and they hit and they click lunge, I'll still be on like a 0 attack boost, so glaive rush will still do a lot of damage, and it means they're not getting webs up. But like if they do want to get webs up, then I'll get a free DD and possibly Oko it, because I'm pretty sure when I checked the calc, or like max HP still died from glaive rush. They'd had to have like Phys-Def investment, and usually, just in general, an Arcanid would run like max HP, max attack, or max HP and like a lot of Spid-F on it. So I figured BAXCALIBUR is good into that, and it's also good into a Scarf or Shifu lead if it wants to click CC, or even like a choice band, because it's naturally faster. I can live with Choppleberry and kill it back, immediately getting rid of a big threat. And even like Wash Tom, like only Thunder Wave from Wash Tom would be an issue, but like I don't know like how likely they would click Thunder Wave and where they would Volt or Hydro. I think maybe I'd switch into Weezing because I can take 2 Hydros from defensive. But yeah, I just led BAXCALIBUR. And they led Gathering Fire, which is pretty surprising, but I stayed in because I was like, well, this thing can only kill me if it's Outrage, and I don't know if you're going to want to Outrage turn 1 when I have a Weezing as well. If you click DD, then you're basically saying, hey BAXCALIBUR, please attack me. So I figured they'd either switch out, or they would click like a Burning Bulwark or like a sub. And I can just DD, like if they click sub, then I can just DD and EQ, and that means that I would break through the sub and like it's fine. So yeah, and I knew Dragon Claw didn't kill me, and I was like, well, what are the odds? It's like, I don't know, Scarf, Outrage, Catching Fire, but that still seemed like, it just didn't seem like you'd click Outrage in that situation anyways. So I stayed in, I clicked my DD, and here I was just hoping, okay, well, like I can't switch anything in now, I just have to hope that this isn't Scarf, which is very unlikely because I don't think I've ever seen a Scarf Catching Fire in my life. But yeah, I do live this, and then I click the Glaive Rush, and they switch Petulant in. Now when they switch the Petulant in, I was looking at this like, okay, well, Urshifu needs to be Scarf. Urshifu needs to be Scarf, and because it gets Oakwood by Glaive Rush, Frostmoth obviously gets Oakwood by Glaive Rush, Max HP Rotom gets Oakwood by Glaive Rush if it's not Phys-Def, Catching Fire gets Oakwood by Glaive Rush if it's not Haban Berry, and Araquanid, if it's max HP, also gets Oakwood by Glaive Rush. So the only thing that could take a hit was Petulant realistically, so I'm surprised they switched this in. They switched in the Petulant. I think maybe they expected Earthquake, like that's why. But I, break through Glaive Rush, and I was like, well, let me just click Glaive Rush again. I don't want to click EQ into a Scarf, Rotom or whatever. They bring in Araquanid, click Glaive Rush again, I Oko. Now it's just looking like BAXCALIBUR. They bring in this guy. It's not Banded Aqua Jet, which it would have killed. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was Scarf, but still slower than my +1 BAXCALIBUR in PSD. So I Oko Urshifu, and then I Oko Wash Tom, which also isn't Scarf and isn't Phys-Def. And Frostmoth, even if it was max HP, max defense, would still get Oko'd. And Catching Fire, like, BAXCALIBUR just went on a fucking rampage. So pretty short game, pretty weird game, but I'm very happy because it's been a long time since I've got a 6-0 in draft, so that was pretty cool. And like a 6-0 sweep as well, like not just like a, switching around guys, like an actual one where you had 6 kills with the same one. So yeah, we're on a positive record now in the Singles League and undefeated in Natex so far. So yeah, everything is pretty good on all fronts. See you next week.